Is your question about drinking? I saw you pop up right when he said.
Well, yeah, it is. It's. I've heard getting drunk is a sin, but the act of drinking, is that a sin? Because you can drink without getting drunk. You can just have one or two and not get drunk, and I've seen that happen. It's not really get a buzz, but
since we're in a Baptist church, I'll just go ahead and say, if you take a sip, you're going to hell.
This is probably where I would. Well, I was up front with him when we interviewed. I probably disagree with the a traditional Southern Baptist view, and I was raised in a family that if you took a sip, you're going to hell, just like Mark said. I don't agree with that, and I don't find that in Scripture. I find there's plenty of examples in Scripture where alcohol is okay. The main issue for y'all is you're underage. But even beyond that, yes.
we're good to go.
Yeah, but the main issue really is like anything. If you, what is the word? Self-indulge, not, what is it called? If you just keep doing it so much, if you doing it in moderation would be okay. Somewhat.
Tag. Can I tag in? Okay. All right. I work at the hospital as a chaplain. Okay. Every Saturday night, and I pick Saturday night because of my love for people. And the bars let out at 2:30, and at 3:30, the ER gets full. And I don't care what the beer commercials say. It is not healthy to have a drink, because if the other guy had 2 drinks, you die, because he hit your car and you're dead. And it's not healthy. And the Baptist tradition, which I'm a part of now because I'm older and I realize that now, we're all one drink away from being an alcoholic. Okay? You put a pizza in front of me. What's going to happen to that pizza? I'm going to eat it, and I ain't going to share. Okay? And in America, we don't buy a bottle of wine to share. We buy a 6-pack to guzzle. And that's our problem. Okay? There's a commercial that was out a few years ago. You guys may have never seen it, but the girl would smile and it would go clean. It's the Ultrabike commercial. That girl is a pro golfer. She took 1 drink of alcohol when she turned 21 and became an alcoholic, and never won a tournament after that, and went through 3 marriages. We downplay the tragedy of alcohol in America, but every night at the hospital, somebody drank too much and caused a wreck, and somebody died. But because the beer commercials, we think it's okay. But you have friends in your school, they don't have food on their table, dad came home drunk and smacked mom, mom drinks, doesn't do squat, or there's a teenager. Alcohol hurts. Now, in the Bible, it says drink, and it's in moderation. It's one of the few things in life you are not supposed to be consumed with. It gives you permission, but it explicitly says, do not be consumed. New Testament, be filled with the Spirit, don't be drunk. Old Testament, if you drink, there's a whole chapter of what happens to you. Okay? And you've seen, there's even a couple stories in the Bible that if somebody drinks, they mess up. It's a drug. It hurts us. Now, you're looking forward to drinking? You're going to be 21. I'm a college minister. This debate happened every time in my home. My birthday's next week. I'm going to be 21. We're going to Chili's. I'm going to have a margarita. James has been there for those conversations. I think Mark has been there. And I love you guys. I don't want to see you in the ER. I'll toe the Baptist line. Not because I'm a Baptist, but because the last 2 years working in a hospital, all I've seen is death. And it's not fun. It's not cute. Is that harsh? You want to tag in? You want to tag?
It's one of those things where, you look in the Bible and you see, Jesus drinking wine. You see his first miracle was wine, and it wasn't just, oh, here, we need something to keep the party going. It is wine. It's good stuff. And so in and of itself, no, it's not wrong. But you have to think of 10 steps, right? Is having this drink going to be bad? Well, okay, probably not. But what typically goes hand in hand with drinking? In this culture, in this day and age, what goes hand in hand with drinking? Usually another drink, but 9 times out of 10, nothing good. It's like staying up late. I don't know how many times I've had to listen to Dave Dover tell me, just being out past, I don't know, I think it changed time to time. Sometimes it was 10.
It's 11:05 right now.
But, yep. Well, bad things happen late at night. Is it wrong for you to stay out hanging out, a lot of y'all are older, say you're going out on a date. Is it going to be wrong for us to just sit and talk? Well, in and of itself, no. But experience shows bad things happen after midnight. They're far more likely to happen after midnight than they are before midnight. You just need to walk away. Alcohol's the same way. Is it in and of itself wrong to do that? No, it's not a sin just because, you decide to crack one open. Well, for y'all it'd be a sin because you're underage. However, what does it lead to? Ultimately, what is it that you want that your choice is going to accomplish? Selfishness. Wow, I'm like a broken record. We are followers of Jesus Christ. You call yourself a disciple of Jesus Christ. You're a Christian. You're Christ-like. You're trying to follow after Him. Except on Friday night, no. That road that you're wanting to go down with that drink, does that honor Christ? Ultimately, that's where the question comes down to. As youth minister here, I actually had to make the commitment, sign a paper that said I would abstain completely from alcohol and tobacco. For the last 3 years, I have not been allowed by promise to touch the stuff. It's been 5 years since I have. Because, what's the point? There's any reason to it. It's a beverage. Because I realize if I ain't going out and getting drunk, it's just a nasty tasting beverage. I'd rather have a Dr. Pepper. And so, yeah. You can't find biblically where just, drinking is going to be a sin and it's wrong. But I can't find anything in experience that shows there's any reason to go down that road at all.
Also, you have to realize in Jerusalem and all these other areas where Scripture's speaking of, the water there at that time specifically was horrible. It was a lot of it you couldn't drink. So they had to make beverages.